Everyone. We are starting a little bit early. We always start this right after we're done with our magical mystery marketplace. And this one went really fast because we sold out of everything, basically. It was really a good one. It was fun. People were into it. It was a lot of fun. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tarot for Kindness. This is my friend Yvonne, and I do a tarot reading fundraiser for Ukraine every week right after the magical mystery marketplace. This is your opportunity to check in, have a little reading. Maybe you don't want a full-blown 30 45 minutes, 60 minutes with me, but you just have a quick question. This is the perfect opportunity. You can have 1 card reading, 2 card, 3 card, 4 card, 5 card, 10 card reading. I mean, you can donate as much or as little as you want. It's $10 per card, so 1 card reading would be $10, 2 card $20, and so on. We do these live streams every Sunday, almost every Sunday. We don't do it on the first Sunday of the month because I have a class on the first Sunday of the month. But other than that, we do these on every Sunday. And the reason we do it so late in the evening, especially for you East Coast folks, is because it is super early in the morning. Like right now, it is 5:30 in the morning in Ukraine. 4:30, 5:30 in the morning, 5:30. So 5:15, 5:13, whatever it is. It's super early in the morning. So we don't want to make Yvonne wake up too early. So we figure 5:30, it's not like crazy hour. It's still early, but it's not like 4 in the morning or something like that. So we have this, we do this, and we talk about, the seniors that he's helping. We have a great time. You get to hear what's happening in Ukraine, and we raise money to help these seniors who are struggling to put food on their table and who are being bombed at the same time. It's like unreal. Zaporizhia is one of the areas that Yvonne's team serves. He's got a small team of people. He himself does a lot of the delivering of the groceries as well. So he and his little team do this grassroots work. 100% of the proceeds go to feed these seniors. So there you go. So you can make a donation either via Venmo, PayPal, or if you are on YouTube right now, you could do it on Super Chat. Super Chat is a little button down below. It looks like a dollar bill and a little icon that looks like a dollar bill. It's called Super Chat. You can get in there and you can make a donation there. You can also do it through Venmo, which we have linked up there with the QR code, or we'll pop it back and forth between PayPal and Venmo, and you'll be able to make your donation where you can. Once you've made your donation, come back into the comments section. Let us know where you made your donation, how much you donated, and what your question is. All right. So I'm Susie Jones. I donated $30. My question on Venmo, and my question is, how will I do on my test coming up? Or whatever your question is. We can answer any question about relationship, money, career, health, finances. Finances and money are the same thing. Any topic under the sun. So if you have a specific question, you can ask that specific question. Specific question could be like, oh, hi, John Paul. A specific question could be something like, how am I going to do on my driver's test? That's a specific question. You could also pick a topic. I just want to know about. I want to know about my new art piece that I'm making. Well, tell me about that. Or I want to know about my love life. Or I want to know about my finances. So you can pick a broad topic, or you can ask a particular question. Your donations go to feed seniors. $40 buys the groceries for 1 senior for 2 weeks. This is what he delivers, 2 weeks worth of groceries, so they can supplement whatever little they have. Sometimes he goes in and sees these seniors and they have nothing in their cupboard, nothing in their refrigerator. They have nothing. Some of these seniors he's met by the fact that they're begging for a loaf of bread. I mean, this is like a really heartbreaking situation. So you can make that donation by Venmo, by PayPal. Here's the PayPal QR code. And you can make that donation. You can see it's at Madame Pamita on Parlor of Wonder. On PayPal, it's at Madame Pamita. Also at Madame Pamita, or at Parlor of Wonders on Venmo. So those are the ways you can find me as well. Let's see, what else do I have to say about this? So we can do some tarot reading and get some guidance, some good guidance. I just got like amazing. Last night, I'm a little tired, and you can't tell because I put on makeup. But if you didn't put on makeup, you could tell I was tired. Last night, Honoreo and I went to our favorite the Witches Ball at the Crest in Long Beach, hosted by Madame Ozma. Madame Ozma is a dear friend and wonderful, amazing witch and reader herself. She hosts this wonderful get together and always for a benefit of some kind. And so we were doing readings up until midnight of last night. Tarot readings. Honoreo, I think, was doing some numerology. We were having wonderful sessions with people. And so many people, these fast sessions were like, oh my gosh, this is accurate. This is amazing. I love that insight. So you can get that too. And instead of donating to Trans Lifeline, which is what the benefit was for last night, you'll be donating to Ukrainian seniors. It's all good. You're doing something kind in the world, something good in the world. So go ahead and put those questions in, put your donations so we know, and your questions so we know what you're asking, and I'll go ahead and do those readings. Yvonne will be here any minute now. We say 7:30, so we're give him the extra 10 minutes to sleep, but we can go ahead and get started. So I saw that John Paul made a donation of $20. John Paul, great, over Super Chat. Wonderful. I had a really rough last week. My uncle has pneumonia. Jessica, who's John Paul's cat, has been tipping over her water bowls. 2 bottles of champagne blew up on me. Oh my gosh. Will things be going better for me? Oh, that is a rough week. I'm just worried about the loss of champagne. Never mind the other stuff. Of course, the other stuff. Jessica tipping over her water bowls. Jessica, why are you acting out? And your uncle has pneumonia. That's really the hardest one. All jokes aside, that's really the hardest one. Gosh, I would say I can give you some magical advice to do too. You might want to burn some incense or do a cleansing or clearing of your space, of yourself. I mean, it would be good just to do a reset. I love a reset. Baths for me are like the biggest reset. Some people like to do their cleansing work in the shower, or you can even do it with a smudge or incense to get that energy of cleansing around you. So think about doing something like that to clear out the space. Even, another way to cleanse a space is to ring a little bell. If you have a pretty bell and ring that bell, you can clear a negative energy out of a space. So if there's something, funky around there, but let's see what this is about. And will things get better for you, and how to get them better for you, really. Like that's really kind of the thing. All right, let's take a look. All right. Oh, Devon made a donation. Thank you so much, Devon. You'll be up next. Okay. So John Paul, what's going to help you through this? Oh, and your uncle has COPD, which makes it hard for him to breathe. Oh, that's hard. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. What will help make things better? Oh, look at this. Our 2 cards. We've got the 4 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. Well, the 6 of Wands guarantees that things are going to improve. 4 of Pentacles is interesting because 4 of Pentacles is kind of like spending some time just taking care of basic needs. Like address the issue. Let's talk about this card first, and we're going to get to this one. All right. So 4 of Pentacles. So we see a king, he's holding these gold coins and he's holding them really tight. So sometimes this card can have a range of meanings, right? It can mean like you're like a little turtle in your shell, or you're hanging on tightly, but you're worried about something, but there's no threat around you. He's hanging on to his coins, but there's nobody around him. But what I really get from this card for you in your situation, John Paul, is that this should be really about you taking care of the foundation, right? When we think about the number 4 and we think about Pentacles energy, it's earthy energy, and 4 is super structured. So this is like structure upon structure. And what I feel from that is like this energy of the foundation. So during the next week or so, make sure you're taking care of all of the basic things, like you're taking care of your uncle. That is number 1 on the list for sure. Number 2, taking care of Jessica. Number three, the champagne, maybe not such a foundational need. Your loved ones, your beautiful little kitty cat, and your uncle are probably more of the priority. So just put your energy there. Minimize spending your energy out, and burning yourself out. Do not take on anything new during this next week if you can avoid it, if it can be avoided. Don't, try and spread yourself too thin. In other words, just get down to the essential things, the things that are necessary to do, and focus your energy there. Give yourself plenty of rest as well, because that's going to help with your energy resources, because you're having to expend a lot of energy taking care of your cat and your uncle. And so I want you to make sure that you're getting enough sleep, that you're eating right, and that you're taking care of your body, because the pentacles can also represent the body, and that we're really kind of consolidating our resource of time and energy. Do that for 1 week and you're going to see a big improvement. I think maybe the energy is too scattered, right? Your energy is like you're having to do too many things. Now you've got thing on top of thing on top of thing. So let's conserve energy. Let's make sure that we are doing everything that we can to keep ourselves healthy, get lots of rest, getting good quality rest, and also making sure that you're eating right as well. Okay. If you focus on those very basic things, I think you're going to have the energy to deal with the other things that are happening. And I think, well, I know, because what happens is we have Six of Wands. Six of Wands is kind of almost the opposite of this card. It's like being out there, success, happiness, victory, all of those things. So then you will have that good feeling again. So what this is saying in general is that good luck is going to come back. Good times, good luck, success energy is going to come back to you. And just while you're dealing with this stuff that is going on, just conserve your energy and take care of yourself so that you have enough to give to your loved ones. All right. But this is really the turnaround. I think you're going to see that turnaround this week, but I want you to take good care of yourself while you're doing that. All right. All right. Does that sound like it makes sense to you? Let me know in the chat. All right, Devon. Devon did a 4-card reading. Thank you, Devon. Tell me what you want me to read for you. Will I get it? Will I get a cauldron aromatherapy lamp? The answer is yes. You are going to get a cauldron aromatherapy. We were over in the Magical Mystery Marketplace beforehand, and Devon didn't push the button fast enough. So we're going to make sure she gets her cauldron aromatherapy lamp. All right. So Devon says, general week ahead. What do I need to hear? Thank you so much, Devon. Oh my gosh, your generous donation. You guys with your donations. This is great. We're already feeding 1.5 seniors. Yvonne is going to be so happy when he comes in and he sees what we did while he was not here. All right, let's see what we see. If he comes in the middle of your reading, we'll stop and then we'll pick it up again. Don't worry. All right, Devon, let's see what we see for the week. Oh, there he is. Yvonne.
Yeah, this is me.
We've already made $120.
How and when?
We were here like 15 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago.
Oh, really? If I
Yeah.
knew this, I would join earlier because I woke up like 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, you should always just check because whenever we end the other one, we start the other one. This week it went really fast, so we popped over here.
You
Do you
should
want me
warn me.
should
I
I send a
haven't seen
message
you
on Yes.
for so long. I almost forgot how to say hello in English.
I doubt that. So next time I'll send you a message on Instagram when we're going over, because I didn't want to wake you up though. That's the thing. I'm like, if he gets another 15 minutes of sleep.
You should do this. I missed
Okay.
you.
Okay. All
I
right.
woke up at 4:30.
Okay. All right. So next time I'll just send you a little message. And if oh, that's right. Love Witch
Oh,
is Scorpio too. And you're
oh,
Scorpio.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And probably I will ask you to make the next stream to without me because my birthday is exactly on Monday, and I want to have some sleep because I will have a holiday. My parents will come.
So
and I
nice.
just need this couple of additional hours of sleep, if you
No
don't mind.
worries. Oh my gosh. Well, we'll make
Hello,
sure
hello,
that
gentlemen.
John Paul is saying hi. It's so sweet. Yeah, we'll make sure we celebrate your birthday the following week. All right. So we'll
Yeah.
celebrate it with you the following Sunday, but next Sunday I'll do it on my own. So, and I'll send you
Okay.
the money over there.
So
Okay, great.
what do we got here?
What did you miss? Well, you missed,
Yeah.
I did a reading for Jean Paul. Now I'm about to do a reading for Devon. And Devon just
Mm-hmm.
wants a general reading. So that's what we're going to do. And then we have a reading for Jen and a reading for Domenica. So those are
Mm-hmm.
coming up. All right. So hold tight. I know Domenica's on the East Coast. I want to make sure we get to
Okay. Okay.
Domenica.
Okay.
And
Sure. Sure.
so is Devon. This is late at night for them. So let's
Mm-hmm.
get to everyone. All right. So Devon wanted a general reading of the month. The head, she had a 4 card reading. So she's feeding one senior this week.
Mm-hmm.
Devon.
Excellent.
Is Devon following you on Instagram or
I
on
don't
Facebook?
know. I lost my old copybook where I had
Oh,
all the nicknames tied to the real names.
oh no. Well, follow everybody, follow Yvonne on Facebook. And if you made a donation, Yvonne will give you a shout out on his Candles for Granny's page, or on his personal page, right? You do it on both, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Personal is better.
Okay. So follow him and he'll give you a shout out for making that donation. And you get to see the grannies that you helped, which is fun. It's like adopting a cute little elder person. It's very cute. All right. So the first card that shows up for you, Devon, general about the week ahead, is the Hierophant. Oh, this week is going to be a great week for you in terms of mentorship and learning. That Hierophant card represents. So I have a feeling like in the work sphere, there may be people that want to teach you, show you. I know we've had this before, Devon, where we've had this like the mentoring guide, the person that's going to show you the ropes and that sort of things. And I feel like that person or that person is going to come back into your sphere again, or you're going to be focusing on that. Now, the Hierophant also represents learning on your own or learning from someone. So taking classes this week or learning about something, reading a book, watching videos can all be really supported this week. If you want to learn something in particular, spiritual wisdom or traditional wisdom about something, you're going to get a lot of benefit from it this week. Hierophant card is a really interesting card because if we do our numerology, we each have a major arcana card that represents our own personal numerology. How do you come up with that number? You add your birth date, your birth month, and your birth year all together. And then you reduce that number by adding those individual digits together until you get a single digit. So for me, 5 is my digit. I used to look at this card and go, oh, man, it just seems like the guy in charge. How can I relate to this? But this is the teacher of spiritual wisdom. What do I do for a living? I teach people spiritual wisdom. So it's like, I'm like, oh, I get it. I'm not a pope. I don't think I'd want to be a pope, but I am teaching spiritual wisdom. So this is about being a teacher and being taught and learning. So maybe you'll have an opportunity to teach someone something, Devon. Maybe you'll have a chance to teach someone. Maybe you'll have a chance to learn something from someone. So take an opportunity to learn or teach others. That's a great thing to focus on this week. Another thing that I see, this is very interesting. The second card is the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is a card about taking risks and risks leading to reward. It's time to make a change of some kind. That's what the Wheel of Fortune tells us. But the change that we may want may feel like it's risky or we're having to take a risk. I sometimes say this card is a little bit like Evil Knievel jumping over Snake River Canyon, back in the 70s. If you're an old person like me, you remember that's Evil Knievel. Do you know who Evil Knievel is, Yvonne?
No.
Evil Knievel is an American guy. In the 70s, so before you were born in the States, at time probably there was no communication between Ukraine and the States anyway.
Mm-hmm.
There was this guy who was a motorcycle stunt guy. He would do
Mm-hmm.
stunts and he would do things like he would take his motorcycle and jump over a canyon. He would jump
Mm-hmm.
over an actual canyon. So there would be a big thing on TV, a big show, And then we would all watch to see if he did the trick that he was going to do. And then he did it. But he broke lots of bones and he had lots of accidents and things like that. But he was really a risk-taking guy, right? Really doing some risky things. So I always think, like, just like Evel Knievel, we may want what's on the other side of the canyon, but we look at that canyon and we go, oh, it looks so scary. Can I jump across it? Can I do it? And when the Wheel of Fortune card shows up, it's urging you. So Devon, it's urging you to take a risk that brings you what you want. Oh, you're also a 5. Oh my gosh, you're also a 5, like the Hierophant.
By the
Amazing.
way, me too.
You're a 5
Because
too?
10, October 30, it's 4, and 1983 is 5, 4. Yeah, yeah,
We're
it's
all
5 in the
5s.
end.
That's also the number of adventure too, is 5. It's my favorite number. Okay, so the thing that we're seeing here for you, Devon, is like there's something that you want, but it requires you taking a risk. And so I think when I see these two cards together, you're not alone, meaning you've got someone that can advise you on how to do that risky thing, teach you how to do that risky thing. Now, when I say risk, I don't mean risk like going and playing on a freeway or something like that, doing something stupid. I mean a risk where we see something that we want, but it takes courage to go and get that thing that you want. Like, it might be asking that person out on a date, or it might be asking for a raise, or it might be entering into some kind of group that you want to be in, but you haven't had the chance to be in it. So, whatever it is, it feels a little nervous, but you want it, right? That's what the kind of risk I'm talking about. You want it, but you feel scared of it, right? Scared of the risk of it. So I feel like you've got somebody near you that can advise you how to do this risky thing that's going to bring great reward. When we see the Wheel of Fortune show up, it's a great beneficial card for telling us if we take the risk, if we take the gamble on something, we're going to get rewarded for it. So I love this combination. Powerful combination. You've got 2 major arcana cards there. Big, powerful combination. Now, our third card for the week ahead is the 7 of Cups. You may feel like you have lots of choice. There's lots of choices, and something that maybe even it's like, do I do this or do I do that? We have several cards that are about choice in the tarot. Number 1 that I think of is the 2 of Swords, is about choice. But 2 of Swords tells us to look at the thing logically, make lists, pros and cons lists, look at it logically to make your decision. 7 of Cups, however, says, look with your heart. Which one makes you happy? Which one makes your heart sing? So if you're faced with choices this week, Devon, it's like the choice should always be what your heart says to do. Now, how do we know what our heart is telling us to do? There's the wonderful saying. I love this saying. If it's not a hell yeah, it's a no. If it's not a hell yeah, it's a no. If you're not enthusiastic about it, if you're not feeling energized by it, if you're not feeling excited about it, then you need to say no to it. An example I give. How do I say no? I know, Devon, you have a hard time saying no because you want to help everybody. You're such a helper and a caring person and a connected person. But we can't say yes to all 7 things on our 7 of Cups. We have to pick one. So how do we do that? Well, when someone asks you and comes over to you and says, we need you to make cupcakes for the fundraiser, and you're like, you need to take a beat and ask yourself, does making cupcakes for the fundraiser make my heart sing? If it isn't a hell yeah, if you're not excited about making cupcakes for a fundraiser, then your answer has to be no. But how do we say no when we don't want to wish someone ill? We believe in what they're doing, but we can't do it because we want to save our energy, preserve our energy for working on those things that really do make our hearts sing so we don't get burnt out. Then what you have to do is say no with love and light. No with love and light. So how do you say no with love and light? When someone asks you to make the cupcakes for the fundraiser, you check in with yourself. I don't really feel like making cupcakes. That doesn't sound fun for me. So you can say to them, I can't do it, but I hope you have a great successful bake sale. I can't do it, but here's $5 to your fundraiser. I can't do it, but I know this person over there that can help you and it will be happy to help you. You see how that goes? So you can say, no, I believe in your thing and I wish you all the success with your bake sale, but I can't help you this week. And you can send a blessing to them and still say no at the same time, right? So pick and choose by what your heart says. Don't get overwhelmed by all that choice this week. Why do we need to save up our energy? Because something new is coming and on the horizon. We have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is being presented with an opportunity where you are really excited about it, really energized. This is fire energy, creative, passionate, excited, positive, motivated. We need to preserve our energy so that we have energy for this new thing that is going to come into your life this week. This could be a new creative project. This could be a new opportunity that is presented to you that you're excited about. So we don't want to disperse all our energy at the beginning of the week and run out of steam by the time this new opportunity comes. We really want to be present for this opportunity. So you need to make your decisions by choosing with your heart so you don't get burnt out before you get to this toward the end of the week, probably the end of next week. So there you go. There's your reading for the week ahead. Thank you so much, Devon. Oh my gosh, you are a delight to me. You know that. I adore you. Thank you so much for your donation. You have fed a senior. So let's go now. For 2 weeks, you fed a senior. They're going to be so thankful for you. All right, let's go to our next one. The Love Witch. Oh, the Love Witch. Oh, no, it's not you. You put the note. Jen. Jen is the next one. Jen.
Jen B. Oh, hello,
Yeah.
Jen.
Jen is a regular here. It's so great to see you, Jen, again. And thank you for your generous donation once again. Venmo for a 3-card reading, just looking for guidance for the week. All right, let's shuffle it up and get your guidance for the week. All right. Let's see. We'll give it a couple shuffles. We'll cut the cards. Do we have a granny of the week that we're going to be looking at?
Yeah, I sent you a photo.
Okay, I'll get that up too. We'll do that soon. After we get to, I know that Domenica is on the East Coast. So after we do Domenica, we'll share our granny of the week. Oh, Anatoly.
He is a terrorist right now. He has just dragged a plant from the aquarium and started eating it. All is wet. The sofa is in the water.
Oh my gosh. Oh
And
my
also he bites my hands.
gosh. You need to take control of your child. You're spoiling your child. That's why.
I don't want to.
Speaking of children, sorry, but we're going to also have to talk about when we talk about the granny, Danny's birthday. I want to hear all about it. That's Yvonne's son just had a birthday, but we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so let's look at Jen. Okay, looking at the week ahead. A magical week ahead. Love it. All right, so here's what I see. First of all, this is some work that you're doing. 3 of Swords energy. So when 3 of Swords comes up, it's a time for us to question, why are we feeling sad? What are we feeling sad about? And how do I shift that energy? Remember that swords represent thoughts, ideas, and beliefs that we have. There's something in your thoughts, your ideas, or your beliefs that is causing you emotional pain. That's what those swords through the heart are. However, we can remove those swords from the heart, right? We remove the swords, then the pain is gone. So it's time for you to examine something that you're doing. Listen, I can say, I'm just going to throw this out there. Looking at the news right now would give me this. I'm not looking at a lot of news right now because it's so deeply sad. The news is so deeply sad right now. So Jen says, I've been feeling very 3 of Swords lately. So that energy is like, how can we change it? So for me, when I'm feeling very fragile and I can't take bad news or really traumatic things, I just back off from looking at the news. I make a choice to distance myself a little bit because if I'm maxed out emotionally, I can't take it. And it's just going to send me in a downward spiral and I'm no good to anybody. So you might want to make some choices. Either I could say lots of remedies for this. Look at what you're consuming. If you're consuming things that are not helping your emotions, then maybe back off from those things for a little while. Take a break from those things. So for some people, it can be on social media where you compare and despair. You're looking at other people's lives and going, their lives are so great, and my life's so crummy, right? That might be the trigger for you. Or it might be, like I said, the news, or it might be something else. The other thing that you can do, if it's not any of those things that you can push away or you can take a break from, is to start to shift this energy. So if you're feeling like you got a, let's say, a negative feeling, oh, I missed that opportunity and I'm never going to have an opportunity like that again. I'm just making up a thing, right? So then that thought will make you feel more and more despair. So you've got to shift it, but it's you can replace it with another thought, but we really want to break it. We really want to really strongly replace it. I recommend saying a spell, the words, which are a spell of what it is that is the better thing for you to be thinking. I missed that opportunity, but and I am putting it out there that an even better opportunity is going to come my way. That's the way you can turn that around. Say it out loud. Or I don't know, something that you're feeling sad about. Oh, I don't have something that I need. I'm drawing that thing to me. It's going to come to me, right? Or whatever it is. So start by speaking, because this is thoughts, ideas, beliefs, and communication. And speaking will shift that energy very fast, much faster than just trying to think about the positive thing. Speak it out loud, speak it into being. That's the way you can work. So that's the first job. Secondly, I think this will help too. Four of Swords, rest, 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 rest. Get good sleep. And also do some meditation and looking and visioning of your future and how you would like it to be. That's the stained glass window up here. So take some time during the week to get some reflective time and do some visioning work. If you need some help doing visioning work, listen to a guided meditation. A guided meditation, you can find a guided meditation for anything you want on YouTube, pretty much. If you go on YouTube and say guided meditation for prosperity, or guided meditation for love in my life, or new happiness, or better outcomes or success, or whatever, you can look for those things and start to do a visualization. That reflective meditative time is going to restore you and give you the energy. Look at your beautiful Queen of Cups card. Queen of Cups is also, it's not that you're not going to feel, of course you're going to feel, but we can channel it in a way that it's going to be constructive for us, that we have more of the positive feelings. And yeah, Jen says, I'm feeling helpless about the Palestine-Israel war. I love being able to help the people of Ukraine. And Yvonne, thank you so much. I know this feeling. That's why I had to take a step back. It's so hard. So I would say, if that is the thing that's like making you feel so much despair, take a break from it. This is also about taking a break from that. When you feel like your feet are back on the ground again, or you're feeling like it's not so raw for you, then I would say do some magical work. She's a magical lady, an intuitive lady. And Queen of Cups is very, very spiritual and very magical. Do some visioning work for peace in the Middle East. Do some visioning work of protection over the people of Palestine and Israel. Do a visualization for peace. I bet you there is, I can 100% guarantee that there is a guided meditation for peace in the world. Do that guided meditation. We can channel our energy. Nothing is going to help a situation by just worrying about a situation. That's not going to be helpful. It makes us feel bad. So you can start to visualize. When you start to visualize and do that, then you can start to take action. Maybe it's donating to a cause that's a cause for peace or a cause for help. I know that the World Food Kitchen is bringing food to both Israel and Palestine to help people as much as they can. So they're non-denominational. They're just helping everybody in this war-torn zone. So if you are feeling like, you want to be called to do that, you might want to do that, or you might want to help in some other way. But I think we are best at helping when we're not feeling depleted. So your first thing to do, remember what they say, put the oxygen mask on yourself and then put it on your seatmate. You need to put the oxygen mask on yourself. And that means stepping away from the things that are painful, doing some rest and reflection and getting a little rest and respite from this, and then doing your magic. After you do that, you can take all the action in the world because you will be replenished. You will have done that visualization for peace and you will feel better. So that's where you need to come from, the stronger, feeling better place. And you can't do that by watching all the bad news on TV. It's just, or wherever we watch our news now on our phones. Just give yourself a little break from all of that intensity. It feels very hard to really watch things, as I continue to see the things in Ukraine and watch what happens in Ukraine, I have to take my action. But my action is doing this. This is my action. I also have flags. I also have stickers on my car. I mean, I do a lot of things, post cute pictures of soldiers and cats and all kinds of things. But we have to do what is positive, which progresses goodness in the world. But sometimes, that all taking in all that tragedy depletes us so that we can't do good in the world. So you pay attention. Pay attention. Wonderful, Jen. You're going to get those swords out of your heart. That 4 of Swords is the way to do it. Give yourself a little break and a little rest and start visualizing some peace. I've been posting peace things on my stories on my Instagram. That's also a little spell, right? When you post peace, I want peace in, Gaza. I want peace in Ukraine. I want peace everywhere. So we can put our intentions toward that for sure. All we are saying, give peace a chance, right? All right, let's look at our next one. Domenica, you have one. Domenica, I want to get to you before you go to bed. I know it's really late for you. How will I make out with money for the next 3 months? Okay, wonderful. Let's take a look at that. Thank you. I'm so glad you're coming around again, Domenica. I missed you. I know you've been busy for the last several months, but I missed you. Glad you're back.
Domenica, do you have Ukrainian roots? I'm judging
She's
according to your second name.
no Italiano.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we also have the second name Mazepa is very popular in Ukraine.
It might have
Very
come from
popular.
Italy, or it might have gone to Italy from you. Who knows, right? Either way. No, Domenica is Italiano, and she is, maybe you have some, I think you're all Italian though, right? Oh, your husband is Ukrainian. Domenica, I didn't know that. I know you're Italian. She's Italian, but oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Yeah, she's up in Canada. Well, it's not surprising.
Wouldn't this Italian lady mind to friend me on Facebook? Because I'm sure we're on friends.
Yeah,
You will see much
Domenica.
more information about Granis and my activity,
And you'll
and
see who
will
you
see
help.
yourself in today's graded post.
All right, so Love Witch, can you put up, there we go. So Domenica, add that QR code. You can find Yvonne on Facebook, and we'll do that. All right, so let's look at how Domenica is going to make money. I thought Mazeppa was an Italian name. I didn't know it was Ukrainian.
No.
Look at that. Amazing. Amazing. I didn't know your husband's Ukrainian. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that. Why didn't you tell me, Domenica?
Because she knew I will pay your attention during one of our streams.
He's my people. Oh my gosh. Now all I'm thinking about is pierogi. I'm thinking about vareniki. I want some. I'm hungry. What do I think of when I think of Ukrainian people? I think of food. Why is that? Ukrainian people love their food. I'm telling you. Just like Italians too. Calabria. That's an Italian name. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that. Oh my gosh. I didn't know your husband was Ukrainian. All right. Let's see how Domenica is going to make her fortune in the next 3 months. How's she going to find that? Is it playing the lotto? Let's see. Oh, interesting. Okay, I like it. It's cool, but it's not what I expected to see. All right, here are your 3 cards, and we're going to talk about each of them. So first one is the Queen of Swords. Second one is the King of Swords. And the third one is the Emperor. Look at this. I want you to look at these 3 cards together in a row because you need to see this. I don't know which way it goes for you guys. It's like a stair step, almost like we've got the Queen, and then we've got the King, and then we've got the Emperor. It's like going up the ladder, right? Up the chain of command from the Queen to the King to the Emperor. So the first thing, Queen of Swords energy is a communicator. So this can be doing readings, this could be teaching, this could be talking, this could be writing. But you need to get started with those things. I don't know. Are you writing something right now? I always think of the Queen of Swords as a writer. So it could be writing something like writing a book, but it also could be writing out a business plan, or it could be writing out, you know, a newsletter for your, your people, that your clients. You could be sending that out to your clients. Um, this Queen of Swords can also be about giving your giving your clients a call, letting them know that you're back in business and you're working again. Are you doing work again? I don't know. Are you interested in doing that? But I think it's communicating that. That's the first thing. Now, I think of this as being like the communication needs to begin, but it's coming from a very strong place. You're not starting at page energy or even knight energy. You're starting at queen energy. So it's really like reconnecting with the people that you already have connections with. Next thing, we see king of swords. So I think what that is telling us is you have to step up into a higher level with your work. So that might be giving yourself a promotion. It might be adding a new service or adding something to your offerings in some way. But it's like a step up, taking a step up. Sometimes I think of the King of Swords as being a public speaker. I know you're really private with your work. On medium clients, wonderful. So you're going to be doing mediumship work, wonderful. Domenica, if you want to put your link, so if you do, I don't know if you do remote readings or you only do local readings, but if you want to put a link so that people can find you, put it in the chat and we'll post it here too so that people can find you. If you want to, up to you. So King of Swords would be to offer some kind of level up. Interestingly, I get this like a new offering. With this stair step energy of this, I'm almost saying, Domenica, you need to have like a small, medium, and a large. No, medium meaning mid-size, not medium more. But like you need to have like a smaller offering, an introductory offering, or like an entry level offering. Then you need to have something that's a little higher level, and then you need something that's like very high level. This could be someone working with you directly, or this could be you, working one-on-one with somebody in a more intense way, or it might be package deals or something like that. But I see this like kind of stair step energy, and these three are really like small, medium, and large. When you do this work, getting back to work, you're going to make your money from this, but you really, it's like looking at this as like a business. And I would even say having a plan where you have a small, medium, and a large offering. A entry level price, a mid level price, and more pricier price would be very good here. Emperor level energy. I mean, I think over the next 3 months, if we look at this at 3 months, is what you're saying, we're looking at it growing over 3 months as well. I mean, these cards came out in that order. So I look at your business growing over the 3 months. So yeah, you're coming in at a good place. I would say communicate with people, communicate with your clients, your former clients, put it out there that you're back doing your mediumship work, maybe have a new offering of some kind in the second month, and the third month you'll be back in business. Everything will be good. Maybe even a new offering in that third month that's like a higher level offering. So start putting on your thinking cap what that could be, what that could be. But I see growth over the 3 months regardless, but I think you can have some offerings and you need to communicate those. Like maybe you might want to make a newsletter that you send out, or some kind of way of communicating that information of what you're offering. So that's what I see. All right. Thank you so much, Domenica, Jen, Devon, John Paul. We've got Ruxandra, who also made a donation. Thank you so much, Ruxandra. But we're going to take one little moment for two things before we do Ruxandra's reading. Hi, Felice. Hello. If you would like, Domenica said, thank you so much. You're so welcome. I'm so glad to see you. You're so special to me. You guys, you're all special to me. All right. So I want to, first of all, I'm going to get the granny, but while I'm getting the granny's picture up, I want to hear about Danny, your son's birthday. He just had his birthday the other day, right?
Yeah. This Friday he turned 11.
Cute.
It was also the last day of the school, so now he's having a holiday, a school vacation.
Yeah.
So it was a very, very good day. Of course, we bought him this goddamn Lego. I'm saying goddamn because all our family is stuck with different kinds of Lego. But
And you
I
step
think that
on them, don't you? If they get left on the floor and they
no,
kill your
because I forced him to remove all the Lego parts into his room.
Oh, okay.
Now his room is like a storage room or like a small shop
Of
that
Lego.
sells Lego. Yeah, but I think maybe next year he will want something else because 12 is the almost a teenager, and but we
Wait,
didn't
can I say
celebrate.
something? I
Yeah,
have a
sure.
25-year-old who still plays with Legos, so
Oh,
you can have some wishful
why did you
thinking.
tell this? You want to spoil my mood in the early morning? Actually, we didn't celebrate on Friday. We celebrated today. Danny invited some of his friends. We had a walk in the park. We had some adventures in the rope park. If you know what it is, it's the actually get out from the aquarium. It's like mm, many ropes on the
Oh, like a climbing gym.
something like this, but we have a big variety of different adventures here on the street. Of course, we have secure, so like an alpinist. So if you will be unfortunate
You're
and fall
you
down, you won't fall down to the
yeah.
end. Yeah, so they moved. They were active, and then we came here, and I offered some pizza. We ate. Danny was happy, and this is it.
Aw.
So it was modest but very fun.
Yeah, that's fun, that's
We
perfect.
have only 10 days difference with Danny, but he's a Libra and I'm a Scorpio.
Ah,
He's 20th,
interesting.
I am 30th.
Ah, amazing, amazing. That's so good. I love that story, and I love that he had a good birthday. That's the birthday you remember with your friends, having fun. You could have the most expensive party in the world, but it's the friends
The
and the
the
fun that bring it.
atmosphere is much more important than
Yeah,
financial
of course, of
involvement.
course. Yeah, and all the loving friends that were there, and the fun that they had running around being wild boys. All right, well, I'm going to share our picture of our granny of the week. Our granny of the week. Let's see if I can get her up
And
here.
I will be very brief in my description.
Let's see if I can make this bigger. Is that better? Any better? No, it's the
Mm.
same.
This time I wanted to show you a granny from the village. Many of our refugees who live in the refugee hostel in Zaporizhia are from the villages because the front line is going through the villages mostly or very small towns. So we can meet very simple people here. They could be not much educated. They didn't graduate universities, but they are simple, they are modest, and they actually they lived their simple and honest life before the war came. This granny's name is Anna Pavlovna. She's 93 years old, and she is bedridden for several last years. She cannot move. During all his life, he worked in the milk farm. Like she had a deal with cows. She gave
Mm,
us milk. Yeah, and I am sure she was happy because I see people who live in the villages. Their life is much easier than for us. They don't have too much things to worry about. No, they don't live in this fast regime. They don't live this fast life as we do. Uh, and this getting back to what we had like 200 years ago.
mm,
Sometimes for me it seems it's like a salvation because we have to give a rest to our souls. We have to go to the nature. We have to be slow, you know, because our life is too fast, as for me right now, and
yeah.
sometimes it's burning us from the inside. So I can be happy looking at the village people, but not this time, of course, because these people came from the villages that don't exist no longer.
Mm,
Of
mm.
course, their village is destroyed, her house is destroyed, she cannot move. She is old because 93 is a very decent age, and actually the life is over in general. But she doesn't think so, and she is a fighter. She wants to live, and of course we do everything possible to help her with this. And we have many people here. As if I'm not mistaken, we serve about 38 or even 40 people from the refugee hostel. So like 20% of all our grannies are from here,
Mm.
from Zaporizhia refugee hostel. And yeah, their houses are destroyed, and this is the most terrible thing you can meet when you are not too functional, let's say so. So you cannot build your house once again.
And she may have lived in that village her whole entire life, right?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course, of
yeah. I
course.
mean, this is Ukraine is such an agricultural country. We have lots of farm people and people that are in agricultural, have agricultural businesses, either planting grain or cows or working the land in some way. This is Ukraine is the breadbasket of Europe.
Because our soil is the best in the world, and this is not a joke. This is proven by by scientists.
Chorna Zemlya,
Chernozem, Chernozem.
Chornozem,
I would tell you more. When Nazis
Black
occupied
Earth.
Ukraine, they took this land. They grabbed this land to the big trains and moved this land to Germany. I mean the higher level of the soil, which is the best one, like
Yeah.
80
It is
centimeters.
black soil that is rich, that is so rich and grows everything. And so, this is my grandparents were farm people, didn't read or write, and simple people, farm people. They came to a big city, Philadelphia, but still, like that whole, I think that farm person traditions, they're the ones that hung on to the traditions and kept those traditions alive. When city people make lots of changes and they're modern and they don't believe the old ways, where do we find the old ways? Is with the people in the villages. That's where we find it. So I bless the people in the villages, because without them, so much information would be lost. They're the keepers of the information, believe it or not, because they're not influenced by what is the coolest thing, what's the new thing, what's that thing. They're just living their life in the way that their parents lived the life, right? You could say, right?
Mhm. Of course.
Yeah, and to be lifted from her home that she probably lived in majority of her life, if not her whole life, and to be in a hostel is not only heartbreaking, but it's not
Now
even
her
as if
only
she can't go.
property is this bed, because she shares this room with three other people. The standard room in the hostel contains four beds.
It's hard. I mean, I hope she gets along with the people that she's with too. You don't get to choose. You get
Yes, of
what way.
course, they take
Yeah.
care of her because all of them can move.
Oh, good, good. That's good. And then she has company too, so it's not horrible in that way. She's not alone.
Uh, she uh, she barely talks, unfortunately.
Hmm.
So
This is amazing. So her name's Maria?
no, her name is Anna.
Anna,
N.
Anna,
Mhm.
Anna. Okay, Anna. Well, thank you for sharing that. Such a, heart touching story. It's amazing the work that you're doing. And you guys are the ones that are powering it. You are the fuel in the engine that's doing this when you make these donations. So we have another one. Ruxandra. So, Ruxandra, thank you for waiting and patiently while we told
Thank
that
you,
story.
Alexandra. Nice
So,
to see you.
Ruxandra, do you want to ask your question? And you go ahead and put it into chat, and we'll get it up there. Um, and we'll do a reading. So, there we go. Okay. All right, Ruxandra, what's your question? I don't have my Venmo up. Do you want to put it into the chat? Baby Bear. That's a cute name.
Why did you change your nickname here?
I'm going to say something. Bears are like a spirit animal that has come for everywhere. I'm seeing bears images, bear words, bear everywhere. I got given a 6 foot, 2 meter tall painting of a bear was given to me. Bears are everywhere. I love a bear. Oh, look at wonderful. Oh, this is great news. Yeah, we were just like, it's a marathon. You got to get to the end of the race. All right. So my relationship with overdue is amazing now. And I was wondering how the future looks like. Wonderful. All right. We'll take a 3 card look at that. Wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. It was a real struggle for several months for you. I know. Wonderful. Okay. Let's take a look and see. I'm so glad to hear it. Oh, I love it. Okay. Let's take a look at this. All right. So first thing I do see, the near future. So first thing I see is the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups energy is your love, the love between the two of you. You really bring your heart and soul to this relationship. I also get the sense that he adores you and loves you. It meets a really heart connected relationship. That is for certain. Queen of Cups energy is very spiritual, very psychic. I also think that says that you guys have a psychic link as well. We're going to see why you have that psychic link in the third card that comes up. But I definitely see this as like a very loving relationship. I think the two of you are going to be very happy together and all of this. There is some work to still be done because second card that comes up is the 5 of Wands, and 5 of Wands is figuring things out and figuring out what you want and figuring out what he wants and how to make those two go together. So I do think that there's some, maybe we'll call it coordination that needs to happen. Well, now that you guys are back together again and talking about the future and making plans for the future, you want to make sure that you're on the same page and that you want the same things. So you have to have those conversations. Don't just assume that somebody wants the same thing as you. Likewise, he shouldn't assume that you want the same thing as that he does. So we need to have these conversations to decide, like, I want to have this, or I'm looking for this in this relationship, or I'd like to see this as our future. What do you see? And if he sees someone different, how do you make those two futures mesh together? 5 of Wands is about working together. And so make sure that you are on the same page about the future and what the two of you want. Third card is the Temperance card. So Temperance card is a card about the soul connection between the two of you, which also tells me goes back to this one. So actually talks about all three. So the soul connection that I see with the Temperance card means you two are in the same soul group. You have had past lives together. You are deeply connected and you will not disconnect. You know, the soul mate connection will always be there. Even I've seen cases where people are not together, not saying that this is you guys, but I've seen people where you're not together, but there's still that deep love for one another, even if you can't be together. So what I'm saying is you guys have this deep, deep connection that is there. That informs this. That tells me why the two of you have this psychic link, why there is this deep love there. You guys have lifetimes of love going back. But also 5 of Wands is like you have to work things out. Like you have to be willing to compromise. You have to be willing to find the path together and not be separate individuals living your own life. Meaning, like I think of the idea of like a like a person can be in a relationship but not be a team player, right? What do I mean by that? Well, I like hanging out with you, we have fun together, but I've got my own life to live and whatever you do is up to you. You see, that's not being on a team. That's two people coming together having a great time, but then they're each individuals. And so part of this process, as you guys are getting back together again, is to get to be on a team. And I think that there is a whole process of doing that that you're going to be working on over the next few months, which is to see how do we mesh our lives together and accommodate all the different quirks about our lives, but also have a plan for ourselves as a unit and as a couple. Not that we're just getting together and having a great time and then going back and living our own lives. Doesn't necessarily mean like necessarily right away getting married or living together or anything like that, but you have to be on the same vision. We're both heading toward the same goal, because if not, somebody's going to go off this way and somebody's going to go off that way. Meaning, like if there were a situation like, let's say you had, I'll just pull up something, you had your heart set on moving to France and he wants to stay in the town where he is. How do you reconcile that? Do you give up your dream, or do you find a compromise where you live part of the year in France and part of the year in the hometown? Or does he change his dream to match your dream? So it's like you've been living these individual lives as adults. And so now you have to bring these two lives together, and so that you're in the same car going the same direction. And that's what I mean about that Five of Wands. It's totally doable. You guys can do it. The love is there, the deep connection is there, but that's the work that you're going to be doing over the next few months. So does that make sense to you, Ruxandra? Hope that makes sense. So that's the work. I think that's, now that you guys are able to be together, that all is going well, it's now time to start talking about where you're headed or what you want in life. It doesn't have to be just like what you want in relationship, but like, where would you like to live? What kind of career would you like to have? What kind of life would you like to have? And how do we make those two, oh, it's making sense. Good. How do we make those two come together so that we both have a life that makes us happy, but it's also together. And so we're also thinking of the other person in our plans. That's a big thing. A team player looks at what's good for the team, not just what's good for me. And so that's what you're working on over these next few months. All right. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, you guys. I want to say another thank you to everyone. Is there anybody else who wants a reading before we wrap up? We had John Paul, Devon, Jen, Domenica, Ruxandra. Thank you so much, you guys, for making your donations. If anybody else wants a donation, you're so welcome, Ruxandra. You're so welcome. If anyone else wants a reading before we wrap up, you're going to have to get it in now. We'll see if you make a scan of that, so we'll know to hold for a second. Our numbers are 60, 70, 90, 120, 150.
Yeah,
150. 150. Wonderful. We're feeding almost 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Almost 4. I think we'll be able to feed 4. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll feed 4 grannies today. That's
Hello,
a good
Cynthia.
day. Oh, Cynthia. Oh, great. Cynthia comes to the rescue. All right, great. So Cynthia, we have another one. All right, so now we have 190. Wonderful. Thank you, Cynthia. Cynthia, what's your question? Put your question in. What's in my future? All right, we'll take a look. Thank you so much, Cynthia. You guys who come in here week after week, there's something really special about you guys. I mean, I love all of you guys coming in. If you pop in once and never come again, I mean, we're appreciative of, but you guys that come every week, I mean, you're marathoners, right? There are marathon runners, not our sprinters.
Yeah, this is my favorite expression. I love people who can run a long distance.
That means the work isn't done, and we need people that can hang in there, and you guys are hanging in there. So you're hanging in there, Yvonne.
Oh yeah, I'm a marathon runner for sure.
Yeah, this is wonderful. All right, Cynthia, let's see what we got for you coming up. What's up ahead for Cynthia? Let's take a look and see. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. It's really good. You know, Cynthia, you've got some great skills. I mean, and I'm seeing it in this, and it's showing up in this reading. We'll talk about those right away. All right. So the first thing I see is focus, right? 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is about focus. Why do I get focus out of that? Well, we have these
7 or 8. 8 of
Wands.
Wands.
Sorry, 8. 7 of
I
Wands.
remember this card. This is why I asked you.
I have no glasses on, and I can't look at the number, and my brain didn't compute. 8 of Wands. Sorry, 8 of Wands. See, you should be a tarot reader, Yvonne.
I am. already.
So 8 of Wands is about focus. Do you see how all of those 8 wands, we can count them. My gosh, I should have just counted them. The 8 wands are all flying in one direction. So we have to bring focus, like have all of our energies focused on one goal. All of our focus over here. We don't want to be disorganized. We don't want to be like the 5 of Wands all over the place. We want to be all focused on one goal. So I see really with this card is about you having leadership qualities. Cynthia, you are a leader. You are. Oh, Ruxandra is having another reading. Wonderful, Ruxandra. Wonderful. Thank you so much. 100%, Cynthia, you are a leader. You may not feel like you're a leader, but you're a leader. Maybe you do feel like a leader. I see it in you for sure. I hope you see it in yourself as well. I think you need to get your team focused. Everyone needs to be focused. Everyone needs to be working toward the same goal. And I think you're the person to get them together. So, whether you're working at work on the things at work we're talking about, whether it's at the home or whether it's the passion project that you have, the music project that you're working on, we need to have focus and we need to have everyone on the same page. And that's part of your role is to get everyone on the same page, everyone to know. And that is your role as a leader is to get everyone so they're all working together toward the same goal. We don't want this one having one idea over here and this one having another idea. This is about really bringing everyone together and moving forward. So I really see this as a quality that you have and that you can step up into this role. It's going to require you to step up into this role because I'm seeing that Knight of Swords coming up. Knight of Swords is you jumping in and leading the charge, leading the pack. So there's a kind of an energy about the Knight of Swords, which is a leadership quality. Now, there's some things that you have to work on getting over as well, because there's some energy about 5 of Cups, which is like getting over the disappointments or things that didn't work out from the past. This is the stuff in the past. It's not what's up ahead for you, but it's about resolving the stuff of the past. So, are there disappointments of the past, resentments of the past, things that you feel very you wish you had done differently, or you're feeling regret, or you're feeling these sort of negative downer emotions about the past? We need to purge that and move forward and look forward to the future. The past is the past, and there's nothing that can be done about it except that we can gain knowledge about it. I think one of the things when we have an experience of the past, we can reflect on it and we can learn from it. We might not be able to change it, but we can learn from it. And so you want to learn from those experiences of the past, but don't carry those. Don't carry the regret. Don't carry the I wish, woulda, shoulda, coulda, or any of those things that are making you feel bad about something that didn't work out in the past. Your future, your bright future lies ahead. And if you're too stuck looking at the past, you're going to miss those opportunities. You're going to miss those good things that are on the other side in the future. So I think that's what another thing that you want to be working on over the next few months is just like letting go, beating yourself up or feeling regret or anything about the past. You need to just sort of and say, yep, it was a good lesson. And now I know what to do this time. Right? It's a good lesson, really, and take it as that. It's a good thing to do. Why do I say you are leader energy? Oh, this is leading the charge. So you are the instigator for sure. You're the one that's creating something, and you're the one boldly going forward. You know what this card represents? Jumping into something without just jumping in and figuring it out as you go along. Do you know about like that kind of thing? You're going to jump in and you'll figure it out as you go along. I think you know how to do this, Cynthia. You got that quality. You're jumping into your music project and you're figuring it out as you go along, right? It's good. You can also jump forward and lead the charge for something. That's what the Knight of Swords does. He jumps in and he's like, I'm going to feel the fear and I'm going to do it anyway, right? So if you're feeling afraid or you're feeling nervous, just do it. Don't overthink it. Don't stop yourself. Jump in and you will figure it out as you go along. That's all you have to do. The rest will follow you. They'll follow you into the battle. They'll follow you into the project. They'll follow you into whatever it is that you're going to be working on. But you need to put your suit of armor on, jump on your horse and go. Don't overthink it. Don't think too much about it. Just do it. Just do it. Right? You'll figure it out as you go along. Absolutely. 100%. You're smart. Knight of Swords is really smart. You're smart. You're resourceful. You know how to figure things. You know how to figure things out on your feet. You can do this. Not only that, Two of Pentacles, you have the ability. I mean, gosh, there's so much in this card for you. You have the ability to juggle more than one thing. You have the ability to do more than one thing. This is also like that idea of like you have your day job and then you have your passion project and you're juggling both of those. But the passion project is may even become a business for you or turn into something. So keep that passion project, your music project going. But you're able to do this. This guy's juggling. He's doing it good, just fine. He's not stressing about the juggling. You're able to do it. So I look at you, Cynthia, and I think you're amazing. You are bold. You know how to get people on board and to figure things out. You can figure things out on the fly, solve problems on the fly. You're super smart and you're able to multitask. Yes, we have focus, but we need to multitask a little bit too. And I see you're capable of doing it. Don't stay stuck in the past. Just keep moving forward, jump into it, and you're going to do great. So that's what I see for you. Wonderful. Thank you. Domenica, don't you have to go to bed? Yeah, no, you don't have to go to bed. I'm not your mom. You can stay up all night long if you want to. All right. Ruxandra has another 2-card reading. So you want to ask about that? 2 more cards. All right. What would you like to know, Ruxandra? And then Domenica, you will be next. Okay. Let me know what you want to know. And if any of you want a reading, oh, thank you, Cynthia. You're so sweet. Always awesome to have your readings and advice. Thank you. I think you're really capable. I mean, your energy and your capability is awesome, Cynthia. You're just like, go for it. Go for it. All right. So, Ruxandra, we are in different states and we managed to see each other, but I wonder, how do you see the distance working out? That's the thing you're working out. That's that 5 of Wands thing that you're working out. Who will make the move? At this point, everything is possible. This is the conversation over the next few months that you have to have. How do we make our lives mesh together? Right now, it's lovely, but you guys are in 2 different places. So are you going to move to where he is? Is he going to move to where you are? Are you going to move somewhere in the middle? You guys have to have that talk for sure. So let's see with the cards what we see. And then Domenica, get your question in so it's in the hopper for when we finish with this one. All right, Ruxandra, let's see what we see about that. Yeah, it's exactly what we were looking at the last reading, for sure. For sure, that's what the thing is. All right. Oh, I'm laughing because it's the other decision-making card. This is a really interesting combination of cards. Unbelievable. All right. There's 2 cards that I consider the real big decision-making cards, and you got both of them. There's a difference between these 2. So we've got 2 of Swords and we've got 7 of Cups. All right. 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords, she's sitting on the shoreline. Got a blindfold on, so she can't see anything. She's got these 2 swords across her chest. It's like a crossroads, an X, a crossroads. Crossroads is where magic can happen. The crossroads where we make a decision. Do I go left, right, straight? Which direction do I go? So this is definitely a crossroads question for you. Do I move there? Does he move here? Do we move somewhere else? What's going to happen? However, this decision-making process, choose logically. Choose logically. That can be doing things like creating pros and cons list, writing down the possibilities, looking at all the possibilities, researching. All that left brain rational stuff is what you want to bring to the situation. But you also have to bring your heart. 7 of Cups is about the heart. Oh, I'm confused by all the choices. Which one makes your heart sing? That's how you choose. 7 of Cups is like, does this make me happy? So you have to do both in your decision-making process. You have to look at the practical, rational things, but you also have to look at the emotional things. And together, those 2 melded are going to help make your choice. I don't think this is a choice I think this is a choice you 2 have to make together. And it has to be rational, logical, but it also has to be emotional. So I think you 2 are going to have to sit down and think about all the different things that are involved in all of this. but I also think you have to speak from the heart as well. It's not a decision that's showing up in the cards. The cards are only showing the decision-making process. So I think it is telling you, you too have to do that 5 of Wands energy and look and come together and look at the possibilities together. This is about the two of you planning what you'd like your life to be. So you have to look at, okay, here's my best case scenario. And he has to say, this is my best case scenario. All right, now how do we bring these two together? And it's going to be the emotions and it's going to be the logical, rational stuff as well. And finding that middle ground, probably. So, yeah, that's a
Very
process.
interesting question
Yeah.
and very difficult.
Yeah, so it's not saying he's going to move. I'm not seeing any cards here that are like he's going to move or you're going to move or this or that. I think it's really putting you in the direction of having the conversation with each other. So now that we're together, where are we going? Are we going? I'd love to be in the same town as you. Do you want to live in the same town as me? See what he has to say. If he wants to live in the same town, where would you like to live? Where would I like to live? What are things that are making us, influencing this decision? That's the whole decision-making process. So it's a conversation that has to happen. So
I
over the
think
next
I
month.
think they had such a conversations several times.
Oh yeah.
Um, and
Have you,
if you were in Ukraine and needed for some guidance, I would like to offer you a compromise. For example, you can agree that you go there for 3 months, and meanwhile you put your property on rent, so you get money from your apartment, and you don't have to sell it. It is still yours. Then he goes to your town and also live 3 months, and changing the environment will also test your relationship, by the way. And then in 6 months you can decide where you felt better, and then uh, you can make more solid decisions.
yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of logical things that may come into it, job, family, other responsibilities that may come into it. So you have to work out all those too. So I think there's a rational part of it and there's an emotional part. So if you visit each other in each other's towns in the past, a little bit about it, but maybe make a longer visit, like Yvonne says, is a good idea, to get a little more of a flavor. Kids in custody is
Mhm.
involved. It's complicated because of that. Yeah. So those are those rational, logical things that you have to, consider in all of this. So for sure. All right. So Domenica, what's your next question? What will happen with the house that my daughter and my husband own within the next 6 months? All right. Let's see what that house is going to do. All right. I don't think it's time to sell it. Not time to sell it. Is there some arguments with them about the house, or are they really kind of having a power struggle over the house in some way? Do they have two really different ideas of what to do with the house, Domenica? I'm asking that because the devil card is coming up, and devil card is about power struggles. There's some kind of power struggle. So it might be between the two of them. It might be the two of them against somebody else where there's a power struggle. Oh, so she lost her job, and so she was putting into that house, and now she can't, and so you're in that situation? That's the power struggle right there. That's the power struggle. So, here's the thing. It's got some, I'll be honest with you. It's got some funky energy with the devil card and with 7 of Swords showing up. I think right now it's not the time to make any hasty decisions or make some drastic decisions. Meaning, if you're like thinking, well, we got to sell it, right? That's a very drastic decision and might not be the best decision if it can be avoided. If it can't be avoided, then it can't be avoided. You're Oh, you're putting in her share. Okay. So, but she's still living there. I get it. So, here's the thing. Seven of Swords is going out and getting what it is that you need or getting what it is that you want. So I hope that she's having some motivation to go out and get a new job or to get that income again and not just being crushed under um the sadness of losing her job. I mean, it can be very grief inducing to lose a job that you loved. It certainly is going to make someone feel sad and uncomfortable. So I think that company that let her go is really the devil in this situation, that's who you're, working against. So, yeah, she is. So, great. Okay. So, with that, I'm going to pull one more card to see. Oh, okay. So, our third card, I'm going to pull an extra card because I want to see, like, oh, this doesn't look too good. But Fool card is like a new beginning. How attached is she to that house? Does she feel like this is like I know, like I love it. I never want to leave here. This is my dream home. Or is it just like a house that's like it's good enough and another house would be fine too? The reason I ask that question is because the Fool card is like fresh new beginnings. So she might want to have a fresh new beginning, and the fresh new beginning might be a job in another town or a new fresh house, So I feel that energy coming up. I wouldn't get too attached to that house if possible. But if this is like her dream home, the place that she's always wanted to live, and it's going to be heartbreaking for her to leave, then I think you have to figure out a way to to make it happen with the new fresh energy of the Fool. But if at all possible, if you can think about like the thing that is I mean, if she can think of it as a fresh new start, a new home is a fresh new start. That may be the way to approach it. If she's very attached, doesn't want to leave, all her stuff is there and all of her memories and all of that. Let's talk about a fresh new start. When this house, the job ended, and the house can be sold at some point, this will allow you to have a fresh start with a new home, a new town, new job, and all of those things. If it's not too overwhelming for her, that would be a great way to approach it. And just think about, hey, let's have a restart in here. Because I think that Fool card is like about a new start, a new beginning. And if she's feeling crushed by this house and the job and all of that, and the pressure is too much for her, it may be a relief to just say, okay, let's work on getting this house together to sell it so that we can get you out from under this. You're not having to owe us a bunch of money, or we're not having to take on that burden, and you can stay here while you're looking for a new job or whatever's feasible in that aspect. Or she can rent a less expensive apartment, or you could rent a less expensive apartment for her, or whatever it does to give her that fresh new start. But let's focus on this. Let's focus on the fresh new start and what that looks like for her, and then work around that in terms of the house, which may mean eventually selling the house and buying something else, either something where her new job is. It might be that she goes to another place for a job, another town for a job. And if that's the case, if she has more opportunity, if she has more opportunity in other towns, then it might be good for her to sell that house. Then she can recoup her money. You can get your money recouped. I'm sure you'll make a profit on the house, and I think all will be well. So focus on the fresh new start. That's the key. Focus on the fresh new start. All right, you guys. Well, I have a big day tomorrow. I'm taking my son in for his first round of chemo this week. And so chemotherapy this week. So I am going to get a good night's sleep tonight. I'm going to take a bath. I'm going to have a little dinner, take a bath, and then get ready for a day. We're going to have to get up early in the morning and spend the day in the chemotherapy center. So I brought games for us, video games, card games, stuff for us to do. And that's my week this week. So thank you guys so much. We raised 230. Is that where we're at?
Yeah,
230.
exactly.
230 is 5
Almost
and
6.
3/4, almost 6. I think we're going to have 6. So, because I'll put in the money to make it 6. We'd like to have that round number so that we can help a maximum number of grannies. I want to thank you guys so much for all of your consistency in joining us. We're going to be here next week. Thank you, Domenica, so much. Oh, thank you so much. We have a good prognosis. It's just he has to go through the chemo, which is, not so great. Thanks, Cynthia. Thank you. Thank you. Outlook looks good for him. We expect full healing for him. And he just has to go through 3 rounds of chemo. We caught it early. It's only stage 2, which is good. And but he has to go through a little chemo. So We're going to have that adventure now. I always say look for the gift, even in things that are very hard, very difficult, very challenging. There's always a gift somewhere if you look for it. So look for that gift, even in the tough things. And there will be a gift in this too. All right. So I will see you guys next week. Yvonne won't be here, but I will be here and we will do more readings to raise funds for grannies. We'll send that money to Yvonne and then he'll be back in
Yeah,
2 weeks to tell us
make a
about his
gift for my
birthday.
birthday.
Yeah, exactly. Come back and get a reading in honor of Yvonne's birthday would be a great thing to do, but we'll do readings for you. Thanks, all of you. I want to give you guys a shout out once again to everyone who did a reading today. John Paul, Devon, Jen, Domenica 2 times, Ruxandra 2 times, Cynthia. Thank you guys so much for all of your generosity. We're going to send $240 because I'm going to pitch in that $10. We're going to be helping 6 grannies today, which is a wonderful, beautiful number to be able to help. Does that feel good? Good start to the week?
Yes, because actually we will have 8 deliveries. I also have money for 2.
Wonderful.
Collected during the weekend.
Oh, wonderful. So we have a nice, good start to the week, strong
Yeah,
start to the week.
definitely.
And we'll look forward to seeing the posts about the grannies that we helped on your Instagram. Don't forget to
All my
follow.
friends from Facebook, get prepared to see yourself in my graded post today.
I love it. I love it. Devon, thank you
Domenica,
so much
I
for
will
coming.
add you as soon as I am
All
free.
right. Have a great day, Yvonne. Glad you're feeling better. You sound better. No coughing so much.
I had some progress with writing my next track.
Oh, you're working on music.
Oh yeah, of course.
You got
As
to check
usual.
out Yvonne's YouTube at Silent Shelter so that you can see his musical project. There it is, youtube.com/@silentshelters. You can see his new music. He wrote some fun songs, touching songs, poignant songs, sad songs, all of it.
And tough heavy sounds too.
Yeah. What
Mm-hmm.
songs? What'd you say?
Tough heavy songs.
Oh. Heavy songs, heavy songs. I want a song about Anatoly next. Can you write a song
Mm,
about Anatoly?
I am not in an appropriate mood for this. Actually, you can consider my last song, which is performed in rockabilly style.
Yeah.
You can consider the song to be about an Anatoly too.
Anatoly is Yvonne's cat who's always running around him and tormenting him. He's like a little devil, a little imp.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, thanks again for your donations. I'll get these to Yvonne and he will be buying groceries for seniors today. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a fabulous week, everyone. Thank you so much for your donations and we'll see you next Sunday. All right, bye.
Good luck, everyone. Bye.